Who's pumped up? We almost got it
Let's keep doing
twice.
it.
Woo!
Let's just keep doing it. Keep rolling it. Roll it back one more time. I like it. I actually do. I love that. I kind of sit around.
I do get like really hyped when I hear the
Yeah.
music. I'm like, oh shit, it's about to go down, you know?
I have parties where I just invite people and we just put that on repeat for like 15 minutes. So that's why you're my only friend, Susie.
And the only person at the party with you. No, I'm just joking. Nice to see you, Eric.
Yeah, good to see you again. I am almost over the East Denver crud that I think you fully avoided through your
I
late
did.
night scooter rides and vitamin doses.
Guys, the key is Pedialyte. It's for babies who have diarrhea. You drink that in the morning and at night. It's like a whole routine. I work out in the morning and then I scooter everywhere so I get fresh air. That's like my workout. That's like my conference
Guys,
routine.
we were in Denver like all week and we would be out. It'd be like 11:30 at night. The wind is blowing. There's like snow in the forecast and it's 20 degrees. And we're like
Fahrenheit.
getting in Ubers. We're like getting, yeah, exactly. And we're like getting an Uber and Susie's like, let's scooter home. Come on, guys, let's scooter home. She did it like every night. It's the craziest thing. And I'm the one coughing.
Yeah, I feel great. You know what? You know what the key is? Is you got to find a hat. I got the greatest hat swag. I think it was from Thrive. The best hat. And then you just bring, I had my snowboarding gloves with me. If you have hat and gloves, you can scooter anywhere. I even wasn't wearing pants at one night. I was wearing like short shorts and like fishnets for our party. If anyone went to the Linea party, I still scootered home. That's the way to do it.
Bananas.
It's fun.
I mean, listen to the people who live in Maine in the Northeast. I guess like you figured something out clearly. So what do we got this week?
Denver. We're gonna give you a little sizzle about what happened in Denver. What were your thoughts before we do the sizzle? What were your thoughts on Denver this year, besides getting sick and I mean positive? Positive.
I mean, I had a great time. Like, not to be like a company man and like a total shill, but like, seriously, like the Linea party was one of the definitely one of the highlights.
Yeah.
I didn't spend a ton of time like at the conferences. I was like running around doing interviews with our fine Linea ecosystem folks and people on the Linea team that we'll be sharing over the next few months. But so I got kind of a taste of everything. The side events were more well attended, I think, this year than in the past. In the past, there's been like so many side events that they draw from each other, and there'll be like 5 people in the audience for every panel, right? But this year, like DeFi World, L2 Day, it really was. The AI events. Went to some things at Meow Wolf, Story Protocol had some cool stuff. Our Builder Nights, MetaMask Builder Nights was packed. And busy. Like it was super hype. So like everything was good. There was like, the vibes on like Ethereum and ETH Denver itself were like kind of up and down just due to like everything that was going on in the market and in the ecosystem this year. And what did you think?
I thought the same. Yeah. I thought conference wasn't as many people there. I saw even some empty spots, and yeah, if we could just track every degen's mood with like the price of ETH, I think it would like mirror itself, or the price of anything. It's volatile, more than usual.
For sure.
Yeah, but the AI stuff was very cool. We had a last week episode. It was kind of long form. I don't know. Tell us if you guys like it. We might like cut it down or do some more podcasty stuff, TBD. But we talked about AI agents and swarms and the future of AI. So I thought that was like something I actually learned at ETH Denver. I was off my phone for every panel. If you're on your phone at panels, just don't even go to the panel. There's no point. True. Just put your phone away, or else you're not learning anything.
Yeah, if you head over to Linea's Mirror blog, just posted the print version of the sequencer earlier, and I pulled out a clip of you and Ellis talking about the Susie bot last Friday. So if you want a taste of the long form that we did last Friday, go check our Mirror. You can mint that sucker too. Play that, and then it's also got a link to the full conversation. Yeah, we're talking about maybe doing more like kind of like long form, like single conversations like that. Which I think
tell us what you think.
Yeah.
Tell us what
but before we move off of ETH Denver, Joe, we've got the sizzle reel loaded. the camera guy that I was running around with captured all kinds of good stuff, and we kind of distilled it all down into one hype video. I think it's in there, Joe. If you want to fire that up.
Play the video.
And so my point to you, modular L2 builders, is to stop looking at the price and believe in something.
Woo!
Wow. Woo!
Always a
I'm
little
sizzled.
cringe having to look at myself on video, but it is what it is. That was kind of
Cool.
like when we got the, so we had the graffiti artist there that was doing like the swag where you could put like your Linea.eth name on the graffiti artist would put on the back of the hoodie. And it's like my Linea.eth name is my name, just like Eric Mack. It's like, wow, am I gonna have a shirt now? This has got my name on the back.
Just
Like
use
I'm
your
in
name.
second grade, but it had to be that way apparently. But it turned out to be pretty cool.
You need to maybe then find like a name, like a DJ name. Although Eric Mack is fucking cool, you don't want to give that up. Anyways, let's move on. Let's talk about what's happening on Linea. We have some cool stuff. So actually a couple minutes ago, Live Art, who I believe we had on 2 weeks ago to talk about all the cool things they're doing. They're doing sharding, RWAs for like Andy Warhols. They're doing very cool things, collabing with memes. So they just announced their collaboration with Foxy just minutes ago. Yes, here's the artwork for it. So basically they're doing this dynamic NFT where the more Foxy you hold, the different your, like, I think the more like evolved your art looks. So your assets evolve based on the power of your bags of Foxy, which is a really cool experience. So I have heard that this will go live in March. So just something to look out for in the next couple of weeks.
And by the way, if you go back, I think 2 weeks in the Sequencer archives, when you were out of office, Susie, we had Live Art on, and they go into like a lot of detail about this. And yeah, like as your Foxy bags grow, your artwork changes and evolves. It's really super cool.
It's a very cool concept.
Yeah, so go back a couple weeks. You can go over to YouTube or the X feed and find that conversation with them. That was a really fun conversation with Cam.
Yeah, Cam is the best. We're going to have Cam on soon again, by the way. Okay, we have someone on from the Linea team, the actual team that builds and maintains this blockchain. We have Arthur here from Linea. Hey.
Hello, how are you doing?
What's
nice
up,
to see you.
Yeah, likewise.
Okay, so we're here to talk about your announcement. There's an announcement, I don't know, yesterday, about, just tell us the announcement because I'm going to screw it up. Tell us what happened.
Yeah, so we increased the gas target of Linea to 25.5 mega gas per second. So this is the calculation of the maximum throughput of the chain, which means more capacity, which means basically more space for dApps to join the chain and scaling Ethereum. So
okay, so it's 27.5. Is it called mega gas? M gas per second.
Yeah.
So it's just it's throughput. So it matters because it helps people build. Is that what you're saying? Anything else you want to say around this? Like, why is this? Yeah, it looks like it's grown quite a bit in the last couple of years.
Exactly. Like, I mean, I think we all know that, but like rollups are for scaling Ethereum, and basically what scaling means is that you need more throughput, because if you want to basically take the word on chain, you want to have more capacity, and like the mega gas per second is like quite a technical unit that I can go a bit more deeper on that later on, but which is the, let's say, most precise ways to calculate that.
So what accounts for this kind of like big jump that we can see here over the last few months? Is that just because the team has been focusing more on this, or was there a specific upgrade that enabled this?
So yeah, there are multiple specific upgrades and more that we are working towards, and then we are progressively increasing the limit to amounts that are safe for the chain. Like
And how does
come on,
go
Eric.
ahead. Go ahead.
So yeah, like it has grown quite a while in like 2 years from as you can see on the chart, but it's not over because like to the end of the year we plan to almost 20x the amount that we have at the moment. So we will have much more capacity than that in the future.
Awesome.
Wow.
And so like how does this compare to other L2s or other chains?
So Ethereum is approximately at 2.5. So we are already like more than 10x Ethereum. The target last time I checked for Arbitrum was 7 megagas per second. And Base, which is one of the chain that is also quite on the limit here for this, just announced yesterday that they are approximately at the same level as us. So yeah, we are among the one of the like best roll up when it comes to throughput.
Wow. We're tied with Base. And how do we compare to other ZK rollups?
I must admit I don't have the number on my mind, but I think like we are really at the front running this run at the moment.
Nice. If we're tied with Base, I mean Base is crushing it. Like kudos to Base. So I feel like if we're right up there with Base, that's pretty amazing throughput. Amazing. Do you have any other like alphas you could share with us about stuff that's coming up, like that's on the roadmap that we should get excited about?
Yeah. So super exciting in the next few months is what we call the limitless prover, which is at the moment when we are building a block, 90% of the time limits we are putting like its technical limits to avoid any issue with the zero knowledge proof that we need to generate later. And so like a lot of time and effort is weighted with that, and we will remove almost all the limits, which will be a big improvement in performance, and especially will allow us to increase this throughput even more. So that's really exciting.
Ooh. We'll have you on to talk about those when they happen, I think. I think we need more like Arthur on the show to talk about like what's happening with all the tech stuff, because we get asked that question all the time, like what's the roadmap? What are the updates? So thanks for higher throughput. That's all they need to know.
Be there. Yeah, higher throughput. Let's put the world on chain.
Let's put the world on chain.
Love it. Thank you, Arthur.
Thanks, Arthur.
Thanks, guys. Bye.
Yeah, we gotta have that guy on more.
We gotta have Arthur's the best.
Good stuff. So let's see what else we got. Some other quick announcements. Oh, one more is that a Malda testnet is going live. Malda, by the way, previously known as Mendy, and it was really fun to meet Barna and some of the other guys from Malda in Denver. We had a great talk, good time. So yeah, that testnet is going live. Malda, of course, unified liquidity lending across ETH and L2s. It's all secured by ZK proofs with unified pools, unified experience, and unified interest rate.
Which is super new.
Is it?
It's like omni-chain. Yeah, it's basically like an omni-chain lending, liquidity like project, where before it was like, everything's mostly chain based. So this is like unified across all chains. This will be really interesting to see.
Yeah, the movement of this like cross-chain stuff is super exciting. I'm pretty excited when we start to combine like cross-chain stuff with like AI bots. Like it's going to be very, very interesting.
And then the best rollups will speak for themselves, because then the tech will speak for itself. Like if you're in like however many years when chains don't matter and you don't know which chain you're on and you're just using the tech based on how good it is and how well it's performing, tech will speak for itself. And I have a lot of confidence in Linea.
And I feel like we're in kind of like I was talking with some friends, some folks from the MetaMask team and other people in the ecosystem. I feel like we're in this weird place where we kind of like, especially with L2s, like, fragmentation is a bit of a problem. And we're in this weird place where we have to like compete with the other L2s. But at the same time, the whole point of L2s is to scale Ethereum. So it's like, we should actually all be rooting for each other while competing.
Yeah.
And it's like, I do try to do that. It's like,
same.
I mean, like, people are like, man, how are things going with Base? Base is doing so well. I'm like, yeah, they are doing well. We're trying to learn from them and to compete, but we're also rooting for them. It's very, very strange, man. Like Ethereum's like a whole weird ecosystem, especially if you like kind of come from the Web 2 more traditional or TradFi world. But anyway, that is a long conversation we could have another time. Before I forget, for the Malda folks and fans and stands out there, whoever signed up for that wait list, you can try out the testnet and you can start participating in the testnet campaign. You can earn Malda Awakening NFTs. Cool stuff. I need to learn more about that myself. So check it out. All out. It's at malda.xyz. Do you know anything else about this, Susie, that I'm leaving out?
No, the team announced it today. It's going to go in our roll-up tweet tomorrow. So Mehdi's been a team with us for a really long time. Love the founder. And they're just like a great team. Market makers, liquidity, lending. They do it all.
Full on.
Malda.xyz. Cool.
Sweet.
All right, what's next?
Okay, MetaMask card. So like I said, I was in Denver. I was running around. I was hanging out with you. I was running around doing interviews. And there was all this, like tons of stuff going on around MetaMask. MetaMask had like there's a new Fox. There's a brand refresh. And there were all these MetaMask card activations around Denver. There was like go-karts. There was cooking classes. There was like all this stuff going on. And to be honest, like it succeeded beyond our expectations, so much so that we had tens of thousands. I don't know if I can give an exact number, but it's tens of thousands of MetaMask card signups to the wait list in a single day. Was that right?
Yesterday.
Like
tens of thousands. Like it almost broke our form. Like I think we have like
it did break the form.
Yeah, it broke the form.
We can't.
People are really excited about this.
Anyway, like we probably shouldn't reveal too much, but it broke stuff internally. So like people are like, it's the best problem to have.
We can bring a Base again. Base is a cool card, but let's remember self-custody. Here's how I'm going to root for Base, but then also compete with them. They have a great card, right? They're a great program, but also like your money gets stuck on there sometimes. And you're like, I can't take out my thousands of dollars because they want this liquidity. So at the same time, like, yes, there's a Base card, but MetaMask card is self-custody, true decentralization. So really think about that before you decide on which card to get, because I just feel like owning your own money is a whole part of crypto. So let's bring on our two friends, Daniel Lynch from MetaMask and Hero from DapDap, to talk about the MetaMask debit card. Hey, boys.
I want to dispel some fake news really quick. We didn't break the form. We broke two forms. So we had rate limiting at first because it's like a real financial product and a lot of people sign up and they want to discourage farmers. So the front end of the site broke when we hit like 1 million visits or whatever. And then we lifted the rate limit. And then after so many people used our like HubSpot or whatever we're using on the back end that we broke our license. So we actually broke two forms yesterday. That's how much interest there is in this MetaMask card. So thank you all for anyone who visited and signed up. I want to thank you. Yeah, just wanted to clarify a little of that fake news. Yeah.
Thank you. That's not really fake news. You're just expanding on the
We
real
broke
news.
2 points.
You know?
Yeah. I know. I mean,
Yeah.
it's a critical news. It's breaking news.
It's isn't everything these days. And what's up, Hero from DapDap is here. Tell us about how DapDap is involved in this card.
Hey, Susie.
Hi.
Hey, everyone. Yeah, so for those who are unfamiliar, we're a consumer app there, right? So what we specialize in is building consumer apps. We have like a consumer app for all the blockchains called Da Vinci, but we also have specialized ones like for Bear Chain, we have a custom one. And now we have one for the Linea ecosystem and MetaMask card. So
Yes.
that's why we're happy to be here. Like I think our the consumer angle here is of course reaching the being able to reach the MetaMask user base and then connect them with the Linea ecosystem and community in new ways.
Nice. Yeah. Great job building this out. Daniel, back to you. Do you have a screen share that you could show? Like, have you used the MetaMask? We don't want to like dox your I don't know if you can see the card number. Oh, wait, let me see the card.
Nice.
Whoa, that looks good. We love the fox. Can you share your screen and show us like the actual how it works? Or if you wouldn't rather do that, then we can just go to the coinback.fun site. If you were don't show
We can do a little bit of both. Maybe if one of you want to do it, I can walk you through it. I actually do not have the MetaMask. So here's one thing. Let me give you all a little alpha.
Oh boy.
Some alpha. I'll give you some alpha later. But let me give a clarification for a lot of people that's really helpful. Is that the MetaMask card, we're super proud of it because it's super permissionless. And in one sense, I can talk about DapDap, but let me even go back to the fundamentals for a moment. I can spend with my MetaMask card anywhere. I have it on my Google Pay on my phone, but you can actually spend from any EOA. So I actually nuke my my MetaMask.
Sorry, what's EOA?
My primary EOA. Yeah, before I go on trips. And I actually, because I'm on my work computer, I don't have the EOA that is associated with my MetaMask wallet. I have a test one, but I can still spend with the card anywhere, right? So it's very dynamic in that sense. I actually have more than one EOA. I have a few hot wallets. I also use Fireblocks, the institutional custody provider, sometimes to set security around account limits and such that I spend from. So really, we love MetaMask. We are MetaMask. We want you all to use MetaMask, but I just want to step back for a moment that unlike other cards, it's the MetaMask card, but we enable spend from any EOA. So that can mean MetaMask, that can mean Coinbase Wallet, that can mean Phantom, that can mean Rabby, that can mean Fireblocks, that can mean Ledger, that can mean Gnosis Safe. So really anywhere you have funds, you can spend. And that in some ways is an excuse for why I can't show you how I link my account right now because I don't have it on my work computer. But it's also a great story.
Wait, Daniel, stop for a second. Yeah. What is an EOA?
Oh, externally owned account. So you think of your wallet, right? People refer to their wallet as their account, but really that is where you're managing these things. The on-chain account is where you actually hold the keys that your assets correspond to. And we're very proud in the MetaMask card that we've made it such that no matter where you're holding, you can spend from. EOA today, because that's, Ethereum's nomenclature, but we will maybe look at, other types of networks now, but, we're trying to, we all love Ethereum. We're trying to make Ethereum big. So that's why I say EOA, but you can say account, on-chain account. You can spend from any on-chain account. That's one level of the kind of the flexibility with MetaMask. But to get back to Hero and DapDap and how proud we are of the thing that got built is, you may know that if you log in to the MetaMask card interface today, you can see cash back that you get. It's really fun, right? We're giving you back 1% cash back for all of your purchases with the MetaMask virtual card. And we announced the availability of the metal card, which we're going to give 3% cash back for. These are base rates. So we can go up in a promotion, but we never want to lie to people. A lot of people say, oh, we get 5% cash back, but to do it, you got to stake $1 million of a token or whatever. No, we're always giving 1% back to our virtual cards. We're always giving 3% back to our metal cards. And then, maybe June, July, we might run a campaign where it's 5 and 7%, but 1 and 3 are the base. That's us.
Question. Yeah. We have had misinformation because I've heard for Coinmunity, for meme coins and what, it's 8%.
So wait, stop. This is the point. 1 second. I'm talking about our program.
Let him cook.
Okay. Sorry, I thought this was the same thing.
No. Because we are the first card that's a real on-chain debit card, and again, you can spend from your MetaMask, you can spend from a Rabi, a Ledger, a Tether, wherever you're spending. It is linked to your EOA. There is, in contrast to other cards, like some are doing top up, and no offense to them, it's great that they're doing that, but you're essentially topping up your debit card with a balance from your EOAs, right? So you're selling your crypto and it becomes a balance. That's only one transaction, right? You've sold your crypto and now it's a balance on your card. Others are doing collateralized credit. Perhaps you have a DeFi position, they're giving you a revolving credit facility. The spend is not actually on chain. Our spend is. What this means is we, MetaMask, are offering 1% and 3% and maybe more. We will do promotional runs, but any third party, and for the first, it is a first in card history, not in crypto cards and cards in general, we allow for third parties to build reward experiences. And why would you want to do that? Well, think about it. You think about farming. You want to reach a community. You want to reach a valuable community. On these test nets, there's people sending from EOAs to EOAs. They want the points. They want the tokens. They're doing fake activities. Whereas with our card, everyone's a real person. Sorry, AIs, there's no way yet for a bot to get on. You have to be a real person. You have to KYC. You have to actually be a real person. Once you get the card, you have to do real life spend. So if I want to farm a project, I got to go out and buy a pizza. I got to go out and buy a Starbucks. So there's no way to fake your transactions. So it's Sybil resistant, real people in the world spending. And because it's on chain, you have the opportunity to give rewards based on the Linea scan record of transactions. So I don't want to take away the spotlight from DapDap. Perhaps they can talk a little bit about this, but we're so proud of what they've built, or not what we've built, but what they've built. They have leveraged this to connect to a number of meme coin communities and DeFi governance tokens to fund a treasury that essentially reconciles against your card spend. So each day, I'm doing it every night. I'm going home. I'm buying a lot of stuff. I'm buying my coffee here, paying for my subway to get to work. I got a cab last night. It was raining. I then can log into DapDap and claim that treasury of rewards against my spend. And it's completely independent of MetaMask. It's DapDap's app. And in the future, we would really love to see more like this, not just meme coins and DeFi governance tokens, but you can imagine a lot of cool experiences like airline tickets and points, loyalty points, rewards. You could have special unlocks where it's not necessarily a token, but like a ticketing. Imagine LVMH, I'm not saying they're doing it, but if they did, if they wanted to have an event where they gave out some new like Hermes bag or, fur or something, they could say, okay, I just want to target people who've spent $20,000 in a month. They could have a site where you can mint a ticket if in fact you've spent $20,000 with your MetaMask card in a month. And it's great because you still maintain your pseudonymity. As I mentioned before, you can link as many EOAs as you want to the MetaMask card or not. If you have an account that you want to keep completely private, you can, but you can link another EOA for spend. And without revealing your name or your location or where you're at or your job or anything else about you, they do know that you at least spend with the card and you're a real person. So I'm very excited for events around ticketing, experiences, airline miles, loyalty points. But I would be amiss if I didn't just kick it to DapDap to show this wonderful. They are the first. We are the first. This is the first third-party independent card rewards program in history.
Okay.
So, and yeah, kick it off, Hero. I'd love to see it. Go to the folks.
Wow. That was a lot. I heard like Hermes bags, Daniel.
Oh, this is not a promise. It was an example.
Yeah. Speculation. I love a speculation session. So for now, what we gain from this is 1% cash back for the online card, 3% cash back for the metal card. And then if you want to get more than that, we're talking to DapDap.
Yeah, and I think projects that want to get involved, any project that wants to can reach out to me because we have multiple Linea scan contracts by different countries. It's part of how we designed it. So if you want to design your own rewards program, reach out to me. But if you want to start today, DapDap has something you can just very easily plug into and fund. So there's a few ways to do this. But yeah, I'll let you all show this.
Yeah, so you're seeing it right now, right? You can view all the ongoing campaigns there. And I think just to take it a step back at a high level, right? So this is a very interesting collaboration because we're using the MetaMask card for tooling. DapDap's building the product, and together Linea is helping sort of navigate all these different campaigns and how to work with the ecosystem and get them more involved. So it's really like a interesting three-way collab which is kind of cool to see, right? Yeah, so I think what's really interesting is that um, there's two factors, right? So first of all, is from user perspective, they can just earn their favorite meme coins, right? I mean, you just get more rewards, right? And the best part is, it's not like you're getting spam tokens, right? You can specifically claim yourself which tokens you want to connect, like which tokens you want to from our app. And from Linea, for like projects that want to build on Linea, one reason why this is so interesting is that they they can now like reach new users that have like that are human verified, that are shown to be authentic humans that have passed KYC, and projects can now reach them in form of like Web3 advertisement, so to say, right? And can connect with them in like new means by spinning up these campaigns. And let's say like now it's mostly tokens, right? Like meme coins, and I know we also have some other projects. I'll be remiss to say like DeFi. I think now has offered incentives. I think Linux as well. Um, so there's multiple streams of rewards, not just meme coins. There's DeFi tokens, but it's not limited to that, right? So I think also like Daniel was highlighting, like we can do NFTs, we can do tickets, we can do like stuff when it comes to DAO distribution of rewards. The possibilities are endless as long as it's on chain. We can now distribute that and tie it to real world asset purchases. So I think to summarize it in one sentence, right? I think the biggest gripe for people always using crypto and everything is saying like, hey, but how does it like translate into the real life, into the real world, right? And so MetaMask, with the MetaMask card, it's the first step. And now, because we're operating in such a permissions infrastructure that's composable, we're actually able to get more Web3 involvement. And this is only possible really because of the just deep integration between like Linea and MetaMask, right? So it's kind of interesting to see.
I wrote a really kind of long-winded Twitter thread. It's on my account. It's on the Linea account. If you're interested in long-winded ranting, but just about like how kind of like exciting it is to me, like where this could potentially go. Like as a concept, it's like, okay, rewards, points, cool, but like it's much more than that. As you were just beginning to get into, Hero, like this is the beginning of potential like community currencies. I was comparing it to there's a really cool program out of Kenya. It's a community currency that's based off of Ethereum and I believe Celo right now. And so this can go to like very, very cool places beyond memes and into the real world and into like some real, truly world-changing stuff. And I think Daniel probably has. Daniel's either got ideas or alpha about where this is going next, don't you?
Yeah, so maybe I just because this is the beloved community here, the Linea community, I thought I would just come in and there's certain things we haven't announced yet, but I'll just say them here. Don't tweet them or tweet them, whatever. Please don't tweet them. The PR and marketing people will kill me. But maybe just 5 quick updates or 4 around the future. I see a lot of questions about countries here, so I just want to explain to everyone. We're ready to go live everywhere. We want to go live everywhere. We built an architecture to go live everywhere. Because we link to the real world, there has to be an issuing bank that actually issues the card. Now, it's fully self-custodial, right? The way that we've architected, you're spending from your EOA, and we've done it in a way that they don't have to know anything about crypto, right? As long as they can follow this funds flow from an issuing bank to a acquiring bank, which is the one that serves the merchant, you can pay anywhere. So we're ready to go live in every country. We do need to find the issuing banks though, right? Just for the payment gateway. Now, all this said, I'm not supposed to say this, but everyone's like, oh, when my country. I will say that this is not exhaustive. We can always go live and more, but I just want everyone to know that by the end of the month, by the end of April at least, we'll be live in the rest of LATAM. So today we are Colombia, Mexico, Brazil. We're going to have all the other countries, even not just the majors. I'm not talking Ecuador, Peru, Suriname, French Guyana. If you're in Latin America, you'll be able to get the card. Additionally, in Q3, we will be rolling out Canada, some countries I can't say, but a number of countries in the Middle East, and the countries I won't say, but a number of countries in Central Africa. Now, these are all for sure. This doesn't impede us from getting another issuer that can line up, but I just want to let you know on the back end, we're working on it. So If you're Canadian, if you're from about 7 or 8 Middle Eastern countries or 7 or 8 Central African countries, just know we're coming soon, and we're hard at work for a lot of the other countries. But again, an issuer's got to step up to work with us. So if you know a bank issuing that's capable of issuing cards, tell them to call us. We are also talking to them. That's one. Number two, I just want to let you all know that we are expanding in terms of localization. We are going to turn on the first week of April, GBPE and Euri. So if you're living in Europe or Britain, you can use these Monerium tokens and spend them just if you want exposure to the euro or the British pound. But then also, in the fee structure, we don't charge any FX when you use the currency of your country. So those Brits and Euros that want to use their native country currencies will have that. And additionally, you may have seen that Aave went live on Linea recently. We are going to start to submit AUSDC spend. So not just USDC, but the USDC you deposit into Aave, you will be spending it and earning rewards until the exact moment that you tap the card, right? I see Garlic Powder just asked about United States. We're in a pilot right now in every state but New York and Vermont where you can spend just USDC, but we'll go live in April for all states and also all the assets that we serve. So AUSDC, probably get Compound coming up soon as well, like CUSDT, things like that, Wrapped ETH, USDT, USDC, and other assets, and in all 50 states and freely associated territories, which means Puerto Rico. Yep.
Dude, Daniel always has alpha, and I love it.
He always has alpha.
And I'm glad to know that I can buy all of us jerk chicken on Keycocker in Belize on my MetaMask card this summer. Is that what you're telling me?
Well, no, that's not what I said, actually. You can do that already. Just to be clear, once the card is issued to you, you can spend it anywhere in the world. So Eric can already buy chicken in Belize.
Right.
What will happen in April is that a Belize citizen will be able to apply for the card and then spend it either in Belize or the US. So if you have the card today, Argentina, Wyoming, Slovakia, Nigeria, no matter where you go, you'll be able to use the card. The issuing is for you to be able to get the card as a member of said country.
Love it. Okay, even better. All right, well, I'm going to Belize now then.
You can go to Belize next week, Eric. But if you go in May, you can also meet another MetaMask card holder and cheers them as you eat the chicken together.
Yeah, if there's any also meme projects, I was even thinking, I don't know, gaming has lots of tokens. If there's a project out there that's interested in having their tokens be part of the program for the Coinmunity Cashback, get in touch with us. We will connect you to, I think, the DapDap team, right? Or Daniel? Yeah.
Yeah. You can reach out to. So there's three things here. There's three actually. Let me break this down. Before, let me say, not just meme coins. I actually like the DeFi Gov tokens a little bit personally. Not financial advice, but I love Mendy. I like using them. And when I deposit a Mendy, I get the Mendy token as my reward.
Right.
But you can also stake the Mendy token. And I'm not rich, so I have a little bit in Mendy. I'm earning the Mendy token, but I don't have enough to stake like every 2 weeks, like given gas costs. But between my USDC deposit on Mendy and my card rewards, I am getting enough to do it. So think beyond memes. It could be DeFi Gov tokens, DeFi reward tokens as well, or other things. As Hero says, we could do cool things with NFTs, experiences, any kind of token, gaming tokens, as you say, Suze. But just to step back for a moment, we do actually issue rewards through our own interface. So there are some projects that we will work with directly as MetaMask. Number two, I don't want to take away the shine from DapDap here, but you could design your own rewards experience as well by reconciling against the Linea spend history. And then, of course, the easiest, because they built a beautiful app and it's super easy to get into touch with them, you can reach out to the DapDap team, or I think some of the Linea team.
Just to clarify, right? Like we do the product, right? So we will do the actual like integration and like adding to the app. But right now, it's actually Linea handling the whitelisting, right?
Great. We'll handle the whitelist. Get in touch with us. We'll add on more tokens when we get them, because we'd love to add more tokens and involve more projects so people can discover your project, like earn more across the Linea ecosystem, which is really cool. This is so cool. Thank you guys so much for coming on. Daniel, thanks for the alpha.
Of course.
We have it on record. We're not going to tweet about it, but now we know.
You are both heroes, one literally.
Yeah.
We appreciate you.
Yes.
Thanks,
Thank you all
thanks
so
for
much.
the invite. Thanks for the invite, everyone.
Thanks, guys.
Could you maybe link the app in the chat or something?
Yes. Yes, I will.
Yes.
Cheers.
App.coinback.fun.
Yeah.
Bye-bye, everyone.
App.coinback.fun. I will send it off. I'll put it right here for you guys. Okay, amazing. Wow.
Pretty cool.
I'm putting the link. Okay. That was a lot.
I love it though. I mean, it's really like I really want to like drive that message home that it's like this is different and this is bigger than just like, you know, your rewards points that you get at the gas station or whatever. Like it's like that, but it's permissionless and it's so much more. So really excited to see where that goes.
Yeah. I hear there's a lot of TGE foot in the chats. Guys, we're going to have updates soon. Let's be positive. We're going to have updates for you soon. Stay tuned. It's not happening this week, but we'll have updates soon about the TGE. So it's going to happen. Just don't worry. Okay, the last thing we're going to talk about is what happened with Pond.fun. Pond.fun had a hack happen. I actually talked to Trantor last night, who's actually running like what is that damage control on this. So
like a crisis chat,
yeah, crisis management. Trantor is like great at crisis management. So we're going to talk to. I did a recording with him last night, and he's going to tell you about what happened with Pond.fun and what Linea, Nile, and Pond.fun, how we're all working together to fix it and make sure people didn't lose a bunch of money.
Pond.fun,
So,
our
Joe,
favorite
if you could roll
launcher
that
from
video.
the frogs. It appears that basically, to be honest with you, an issue with the LPs. So they were not sufficiently secure. I won't go into all of it now, but essentially what's happened is one of the devs who's gone missing, who goes by the name of Genesis, and yes, I will call him out because that's what he's done. He's deleted his Telegram and disappeared into the ether. And if anybody knows where he lives, feel free to tell me. But anyway,
Knock on his door.
Yeah, exactly right. Knock on his door with a very angry letter. But essentially, what he's done is he's removed the Pond.fun LPs. So they're supposed to be locked, but he's moved those, kept all the ETH, and then sold the rest of the token down to as much as he can to take what he can. And essentially, he's stolen away with 64 Ethereum. So what that's done, of course, is it's shaken a number of projects that launched on Pond.fun. So we've got projects like Linpus, we've got Fox with the double X, we've got the Beavers, we've got Friends, and a number of other tokens who've essentially had a lot of their initial liquidity sort of rugged right from underneath them. So a real bummer for the ecosystem. I'll just go through a couple of things, I think, quickly, which will help. First off, Nile and Linea more broadly are leaning in to help Pond.fun as much as we can. This is an ecosystem that supports people, and that's what we're doing. So we're leaning in to support the Pond.fun guys and Sharma in particular in trying to get this done. And when I say support them, more importantly, I mean support the projects who've had their liquidity rugged. So leaning in to support them now however we can. The plan for each of the projects at the moment, and I don't want to spill the beans on individual projects, they can do that in their own communities, is they've essentially got one of two options. One is they can seek to rebuild their LPs, and there's some risks and benefits in doing that, so they keep the same token. And then the other is they'll seek to relaunch their tokens. So that would most likely be a snapshot of their current holders, some type of airdrop, and then look to relaunch the tokens again. So that's kind of where we're at the moment. We're still sort of working out the finer details of how that will play out. And again, if you have any questions on that as individual users, feel free, of course, to ask in the Croaks chat. I can provide some information, but again, this is not a Nile thing per se, but we'll support, of course, because we're Ponds are our friends. We want to make sure everybody is doing good. So we're doing our absolute best to support as much as we can. What I will highlight, though, and this is, I suppose, a little bit of alpha, is from a launchpad perspective. We are leaning into a new partnership very soon now to rectify this with some absolute builders, all KYC doxed, full knowledge of how to do this stuff super professionally, and we're looking to lean into that very rapidly in the near future to support these relaunches and to support new tokens. So expect to see that from us in the very near future. I just can't announce it until we have a little bit more detail. This hack only happened, my time yesterday afternoon, so sort of 14 hours ago or something. But I'll have those details in the next sort of week or so, and we can keep building and keep growing and support the rest of the support the memes that want to keep going. So yeah, good to go. But yeah, an unfortunate situation.
That's it. Yeah.
Wow.
Shama put out a tweet. If you guys follow Not Enough ETH, which is the founder of Pond.Fund, Shama, dear friend of Linea and the sequencer, he is actually personally like putting in 32 ETH of his own money to cover like the costs of. I know it's not all of it; it's half, but I mean 32 ETH. That's like close to $100,000. That's like a lot of money. So
Wow.
he's like putting almost 100,000 US dollars of his own money to help the projects and all of the users. And Niall is like super profesh. We have this like chat going with like every single project that's been affected. Everyone is helping each other. Linea's in there, Niall's in there, Shama's in there. Like our legal team's in there. We have security team in there. So not only are we thinking about how to help communities and users and members of those communities, but we're also taking a deep look about how Linea helps projects, right? Like we require audits for everyone, but now we're like, all right, maybe we need tougher audits. Like hacks are always going to happen, unfortunately, but like what can we do as a chain to be more secure, since that's like literally one of our pillars is security. So lots of learnings, prayers for Shama. And yeah, just really appreciate that everyone's like being very collaborative and working together on this.
So like this is the hard side of all this that you know, I kind of struggle with, but you know, we're here, or at least I'm here, because I would consider myself anarchist curious. I don't know if I'm a full-blown anarchist. I'm not really sure if I think that like that kind of thing can work, but you know, I believe in decentralization. I think a lot of our centralized institutions are collapsing and kind of falling apart. That's why we're interested in banking the unbanked. There's been problems with banks. There's been problems with governments. There's been problems with a lot of these big, huge things, corporations, big tech, whatever. We talk about this all the time. But like, okay, so if we think we can actually build it ourselves and do it better on our own and like as a community, then we've also got to figure out like, you know, what to do with bad actors and how to police it. And for like, you know, this is a very new ecosystem. Linea in particular is very, very new. And so like you kind of gotta, we're literally trying to rebuild the world like for ourselves in our own image. And it includes like shit like this. And like, how do you deal with assholes? And so like one more thing, and this kind of blew my mind in Denver. The last thing I did in Denver before Linea After Dark was sat down with Joe Lubin. We recorded a long interview that went to really interesting places. And here's, I suppose, does with
Joe.
It always does, and I suppose this is alpha. But part of Joe's long-term plan and long-term vision is the literal, and this is not an exaggeration, not hyperbole, the literal elimination of assholes. And I don't mean elimination like we're going to round them up and eliminate them, but like his long-term vision is the kind of like, we can get to a place of abundance where nobody has to be an asshole. There's no reason to be an asshole.
To which like a trustless system.
Yeah, exactly. And like that's like the only way this all works perfectly. Look, like I told him, like, dude, I've been a journalist for 25 years. I'm going to be a bit skeptical of the idea of getting rid of assholes. I think I still am skeptical, but like he's not. And like, so like that's what we as a company are actually building towards.
Yeah.
Is getting rid of reasons to be an asshole. Look, we're a long way away from that. I'm still skeptical we'll ever get there, but I like the idea that we're building towards that. It's a great goal.
It is a great goal. And yeah, I mean, this was like a really unique situation. I think this was unfortunately an inside job. There was only like one other person. It was like Shama and Genesis were like the only ones who could have done this. And Genesis just decided to be that guy that gives crypto a bad name. So if anyone knows where he is, I don't know what I would do. I'm not equipped in Kung Fu or anything, but like, you know, I think we need to like publicly shame these people because it's all about community. So we need to like make them feel it, because that's what we're supposed to be about. That's why like we only support meme projects that are like there to lift each other up. We're not trying to like support any grifters. So yeah, and also I don't know. This would be like, he's not going to ever go to jail, which is another thing that I was thinking about last night. I couldn't sleep last night because I had all this stuff in my mind. And I was like, this motherfucker will never go to jail. He just stole over like $100,000, more than that. And he's just going to like disappear. And that's it. I mean, karma's going to get him, but yeah, I don't know. So yeah, here to support the community. And so sorry it happened. We're doing more community building for all the memes. And again, like reevaluating our security policy, especially before TGE. We want this shit to be locked down and secure as possible, right? Yep. We don't want this to happen, especially not after TGE. Yeah, he should pay, Frenzy. No, just joking.
Right.
I don't know how to do violence.
I don't know, going back to the anarchism thing, like a world without jails is maybe preferable. That doesn't shouldn't be some sort of, doesn't mean there shouldn't be some sort of consequences.
Yeah.
And like, just FYI, we're having conversations with people like maybe we need to form some sort of like a Linea neighborhood watch. And like, what exactly would that look like? Don't know, but we're like talking to people that like are foremost experts in security and answering these questions. So again, this is part of like building a whole new world, and we're getting through it piece by piece.
Yeah, so stay tuned on that. Follow Not Enough ETH, who is Shama. We love Shama. And I'm just going to hold on to my croak even tighter now that he's like paying back with his own money. Like, what a guy. You know, he doesn't have to do that. So yeah, we're here for you. If you guys have any questions, like, please let us know. Go in our Discord, hit us up on Twitter, like whatever it is, and we will help out as best as we can.
Yep. Shout out to Gaute, I think, who I met in Denver, and some of the other frogs that were there. It was really cool to meet in person. So
same.
Got you.
I changed my profile picture back to a frog because I'm like, I got to stand strong.
Yeah, I saw that.
Also, it's their 1 year anniversary on Linea. As of March 20th, we will be having the E-Frogs on the 20th, hopefully with some other spicy updates that everyone keeps asking about, as well as, yeah, we're going to have E-Frogs on. We're going to have Linea on, who's also recently celebrated their 1 year. So we're going to have a little birthday party with some alpha coming up on the 20th. Yeah. And
I will not be there. The party with
you won't be there. So Cam's going to be on. Yeah.
Right. Well, and he makes for a better party, so that's good.
Yeah. No, he doesn't. All right, guys. Thank you so much for being here today. Always good to see you. See you next week. And
no lag. There's no lag.
Eric got a new computer. There's no lag. We did it.
All right. Thanks, everybody. Thanks, Susie. Thanks, Joe.